Select Converters was a line made up of different license molds from other companies. And at some point, somebody thought it'd be a good idea to release two completely different toys with the exact same name. They're both designated as Maladroids, and they're both called Nofka. One of which I've already reviewed, comes from Super Dimension Century Orgus. The other should be familiar to almost everybody as the SDF-1 Macross. So they licensed this mold from Takatoku Toys, and the good thing about this mold is it was a way for, you know, poor kids, middle class kids, whatever, to get their hands on an SDF-1, which otherwise was a very expensive proposition. Is it perfect? Not at all, but as a small, cheap version of it, it gets the job done. You can see it has a fair amount of detail. One way you can tell this is a select version is that it doesn't have some silver paint apps on the reflex cannons and on these legs back here. That's how you can tell the difference. The original actually has those paint apps. Select Converter does not. But the stickers and all the other stuff is the same, and the color scheme is the same, almost identical. Anyway, I'm starting in alt mode because it's by far the weakest of the two modes. It's really kind of a floppy mess, especially after all these years. But even back when, it wasn't that good. But like I said, gets the job done. Anyway, let's move on to robot mode. To do so, you remove this part, take them apart. The only real bit of transformation, and the only part that's a little worrisome, is you have to pull this part down, and it feels very fragile. You have to get to where it pops. There we go. And then that allows this central chest piece to rotate down and then plug them back up. That's really it so far as transformation. The rest is just, you rotate the shoulders into position, put the guns how you like them, and pop his cannons back on. And there you go. And in this mode, which is obviously the mode most people are going to keep him in, he's a really good representation, and it is actually pretty cool. If you look at the stickers, as usual, they have held up fantastically, nice and shiny. They add a little bit of detail. Speaking of detail, you can see that all over this toy there's molded detail. It's really pretty nice. None of it's, well, very little of it's painted, but even on the back they did take the time to mold in some detail. Very cool. The only place it's really lacking are these, disgusting hollow cannons, but what you gonna do? So anyway, in terms of articulation, like this, rotates, these things turn. They don't come off, but it's only got one screw, so you could remove these two ships if you wanted to for some reason. But yeah, and then the cannons can rotate. So that's fun. Other than that, there's really not much to say for it, except that it can sit on your shelf and represent the SDF-1. It's no replacement for the 1/3000th scale masterpiece that's out there, but if you can get it cheaply, I say go for it, because it is fun. It's a fun little figure. Oh, these guns rotate individually as well, so you can position them how you would like. I don't know, that silhouette, as a child of the 80s, it just does something for me. That is such a great design. I just remember being a kid, growing up watching Robotech, and when this thing transformed, it just blew me away. Absolutely blew me away. Yeah, so there you go. It's a select converter named Nofka, one of two. But more importantly, what you have here is the little tiny Takatoku Toys SDF-1. Thanks for watching. Take care till next time.